So you want to play Meta Nutt, huh? Well, finally, another gamer with some culture. I assume you're also a fan of crazy fun air games, special moves that are unlike any other character in the roster, and some sweet combos all packed into one little edgelord Kirby. Well, aren't we all? Because if that's not the definition of what a Smash Bros. Character should be, I don't know what is. And I don't think I want to find out. Anyway, you're a little late to the game, but that's alright. I'm sure you'll pick up pretty quickly. So with that said, enough dilly-dallying. How's about I grab my nunchucks and we get this show on the road? Alright man, here we go. Yeah, so I was looking around everywhere and I could only find one nunchuck, so I think you're just gonna have to use the Wii remote. Wait, what? What do you mean, why did I load up Brawl? You said you wanted to play Meta Nutt. You wanted to play him in Smash Ultimate, didn't you? I see. Alright, well, just give me a second. I gotta switch out the consoles real quick. Oh, please God, don't do this to me. You know I can't handle another one of these guys. Alright, well, either you have no clue what you're in for, or you're the devil incarnate here to punish me for getting that 8-year-old kid who 3-stalked me using tilt controls banned for life from Nintendo Online by emailing Nintendo and saying that he was relentlessly barraging me with racial slurs. But either way, I guess you've made your decision. And even if his performance in these past couple games has been, suboptimal compared to Brawl, I guess I'll see what I can do. So first off, with 5 jumps and some really solid aerials to boot, Meta Nutt is one of those characters that operates best in the skies. And I know what you're thinking. Why does he only have 5 jumps when he very clearly has wings that are definitely large enough to allow him to fly outright? Well, that's a great question. Anyway, he does have a decent amount of options on the ground early on, which mostly string off of down air. Neutral, forward, and back aerial are all pretty good options out of this move, and they work to push your opponents off the stage. Up aerial can juggle your opponents into a ladder combo that is arguably one of the only remaining glorious aspects of this character that Sakurai left more or less untouched from the glory days of 2008. But for somebody starting off, mostly his aerials are good for jumping off the ledge and taking advantage of your extra jumps by turning to your opponent and saying, "Wow, look how far off the stage I am right now. I bet you can't even hit me with how far off the stage I currently am. You dumb, stupid idiot." And then if they actually fall for it, you can just beat the shit out of them with your weird ribbed for nobody's pleasure sword Meta Nutt wields. Anyway, speaking of offstage play, let's talk about Meta Nutt's special moves. First off, you have his side special, which is good because it's spinny and has a big hitbox. Do be careful though, because if the move ends while you're off the stage, you will just straight up fall to your death. Then you have Meta Nutt's neutral special, which is good because it's spinny and has a big hitbox. Do be careful though, because if the move ends while you're off the stage, you will just straight up fall to your death. And when you need to recover, you have Meta Nutt's up special, which is good because it's spinny and has a big hitbox. Do you see the patterns here? Can you guess what happens if you miss the stage with this one? Do I need to tell you what happens when you use the down special off the stage? You probably aren't gonna like what you hear. Point being, if you don't know what you're doing, these moves can be death traps, which isn't an unrealistic cautionary point to heed considering your, well, to put it lightly, your complete dog-ass gameplay. But that being said, these moves do have their uses when you aren't playing the good old what does this button do game. Side special, for example, can catch your opponent midair and multi-hit them out towards the ledge, making it a great move for telling your opponent that if they really wanted to prove that they're better than you and stop being a bitch, then they would be able to beat you without even using their shield, because as we all know, shields are for friggin' plebs. And then if they actually fall for that classic bait and switch, you can just spam the crap out of it without much of any backlash for abusing the hell out of the move. And while side special can push opponents towards the ledge, neutral special can ensure that they stay there, in part thanks to its fairly responsive horizontal controls on top of being able to mash the B button to make the tornado fly further upward, which is especially good for throat punching your opponent as they're trying to get back on the stage, because your Beyblade looking ass can just read their recovery and back off into center stage after you bop them back off the ledge again. And then you got up special, which aside from being a solid recovery option, can be a pretty clutch kill option as well when you need to pop an opponent off the top of the map. And hey, speaking of kill options, let's talk about Meta Nutt's down special, which makes him teleport out in whichever direction you choose. And if you hold down the B button while you do it, he reappears swinging that crazy ass anime sword, which can result in some pretty badass kills later on. On top of all of this, it's worth mentioning that Meta Nutt's up throw is actually a pretty reliable kill option as well, with the move blasting you off into the goddamn cosmos, all just to bring you back down for that chunkalicious pile driver. Good option for when you're in a pinch. And of course, just like every other character, Meta Nutt has smash attacks, but they're, you know, not exactly the best options for killing your opponents later on. Side smash doesn't have the best range, it's really slow to start up, and the hitbox doesn't last that long, so probably not your best option, but it is pretty strong when you do get it off. Up smash is a solid multi-hit, but it's not the most powerful when it comes to smash attacks, so maybe default to other moves. And then down smash has pretty high knockback, but the front hit hitbox is pretty weak. So, lesson of the day, I guess just probably not a bad idea to keep Meta Nutt off the ground. And that's all you really need to know if you want to learn Meta Nutt in Ultimate. So go out there and get to work. Train hard, troll harder, and remember that if you ever change your mind about that Brawl offer, I'll be here waiting with my Nintendo Wii and only one nunchuck that I get to use it because this is my console, and if you wanted one so badly, you should have brought it with you. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Until next time. Hey, what's up? How you doing? What's good? Shalom? Is that what that means? I don't know. I recently hit 500 subscribers, and that's a pretty big deal for me considering at the beginning of the year I had like 18. So I'm pretty stoked on that. But moving forward with the channel, I think I want to do things a little bit differently. So this series is really fun, and I love doing it, but doing it every single week has sort of prevented me from doing other things that I want to do as well. And I've got a pretty decent amount of cool ideas that I want to do for other videos too. So I guess my plan for the channel moving forward is that every 2, maybe 3 weeks, I'll put out a new video in this series, and then when I'm not putting out the videos on this series, I'm gonna be doing other videos on all sorts of cool stuff. But again, I really hope you guys like this stuff because I really appreciate you guys coming around to support me. 500 is a pretty big number compared to like under 20. So this is awesome, and I really wanna like do some cool stuff moving forward, and I hope you guys like it. So this week, no new poll for a character. I'm just gonna start working on the character from last week's poll. That's all I gotta say. So, aloha. Yeah, that one means goodbye and hello. Yeah, aloha, bitch.